just sat in the sun here, and I was mentioned on my last video some things I wanted to talk about. And for this video, I'm going to talk about my sleep routine when I was chronically ill. Now, I went through a period of learning more and more about the importance of sleep, and it's something that I stress more than anything else now. Sleep is when all your recovery is happening. It's vitally important to your recovery that you have a good foundation of sleep. So, my routine when I was chronically ill was, the routine that I developed was something that assisted me in helping me sleep, because I went through a lot of stages of insomnia. And the first thing I want to say is, don't stress if you're not sleeping. It only makes it worse. You're not sleeping. What is stressing about it going to do? Relax. Get up, sit in a chair, lay in the couch, lay in bed, listen to an audiobook, put the lamp on, the light lamp, and read a book. Or do something that I used to go and do, which was put my coat on and go and sit outside and look at the stars. And it was very relaxing to me. I didn't stress myself, I didn't put pressure on myself to sleep. I just went, right, I can't sleep now, there's no point stressing about it, so I'm just going to focus on relaxing. And after an hour of being outside, I would go back to bed and I would just relax. And sometimes, over time, I'd fall asleep again. And I was very patient with myself. So it's important not to just go, oh my god, I'm not sleeping, what do I do, what do I do? Because that isn't helping you. It's probably making it worse. So that's something important. And one of the other things that was important to me recovering and having a good sleep routine was making sure I was winding down for bedtime. Making sure that I was relaxing my mind before bed. I know many people that are watching this video, or people that I talk to that have problems with their sleep, they're looking at screens right up until bedtime, and it just keeps the brain active and makes your sleep very groggy and not refreshing. So Sean Stevenson mentions this all the time. You know, I always like to throw him in there because he really does know what he's talking about when it comes to sleep, and from my personal experience, what works. So getting rid of the technology an hour before you go to bed. Also, what you can do is download a program called Flux that dims your computer light down. You can turn the settings down on your computer screen to make it more dim as it gets closer to your bedtime. On the iPhone, you can lower the brightness. All these things are beneficial. So what I would do is, about by 8:30 I'd be off my technology, and I would have a detox bath for about half an hour to an hour. Then I'd get in bed and read, and sometimes it varied. It was like I'd get in bed for 9, half 9, and then I'd read for 20 minutes or half an hour, and then I'd relax. And in the beginning, for the first month or two, I was doing this routine, and I would wake up after an hour or two, and I'd be like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Why am I waking up after doing everything right? It mustn't be what's wrong. But it's important to be patient. Understand that that routine you've now applied to your life is actually beneficial to you. It can't be the wrong thing. You're unwinding before bed, you're having detox baths, you're trying not to stress out about your sleep. And over time, my sleep did improve. And of course, at the same time as I was fixing my diet and meditating, my normal life and everything, and these things are beneficial. But just having the routines in place that are beneficial to you, and is never going to be a bad thing. So don't find an excuse to sit on the computer until God knows what hour, just because it didn't work for you for the first week. Things worth doing aren't easy. You know, getting rid of the shitty habits isn't easy, because they become addictions, don't they? So, yeah, that was my routine. About 8:30, I was off my technology. Beforehand, I was unwinding, not watching anything too stimulating. By 9:30, 8:30 to 9:30, I was probably in a detox bath for half an hour, 40 minutes. It varied. Completely relaxing. I always turned my radiators off actually in my bedroom, and I always kept the windows open if I wanted a cool room. And if I wanted to be warmer, I wouldn't use the radiators so much. I would actually wear just clothing, like a jumper or something. So by 9:30 I was in bed. 9:30 I'd read a book. When I felt sleepy, I'd turn the last remaining dim lights off, and I'd just relax. I wouldn't force myself to sleep. And after time, this really did help me in helping me sleep better. So just be patient with yourself, guys. Don't expect results overnight. Don't expect to have the fantastic sleep after a week. And yeah, that's all I did for my sleep. If in the beginning weeks or months, or whenever I was having trouble sleeping, I used to put my big coat on and just go and sit outside, watch the stars in the back garden, and I felt that was very beneficial to me. It made me realise how little my problems really were. Looking up into the stars, realising I'm really quite, this is how I would put it, insignificant. You know, my problems aren't a big deal. You know, I'm ill, but think about all the hundreds of millions of other people that have had it worse than you. Think about what you're grateful for. And I just would be grateful. I know you don't want to hear it when you're ill. You're just like, fuck off. You don't understand, but getting into a grateful space is beneficial to just looking on the bright side and just relaxing and stuff. Power of Now is something that I used to read before bed. I used to listen to it in an audiobook. Found it more relaxing than reading, especially when it's the author. But yeah, I just used to look at stars and stuff, and it just made me get perspective on things and just chill out. Hope that helps in any way. Ask me any questions below, and I'll see you next video. Thanks.